The whole thing smelled of desperation. Down by 13 points at halftime, its offense struggling, Alabama needed a change. A big one. We needed a spark, Coach Nick Saban said. So the Crimson Tide pulled their starting quarterback in favor of a freshman who suddenly found himself on college football's biggest, brightest stage. And it worked. Tua Tagovailoa led the Tide on a grinding second-half comeback Monday night that ended with a 41-yard overtime touchdown pass to defeat Georgia 26-23 in the college football playoff championship game. The play before his winning pass, Tagovailoa had taken an ill-advised sack. It didn't faze him. "I just took a shot downfield," he said. With the victory, Saban joined the legendary Bear Bryant as the only college coaches to win 6 national titles. This one would require every screwdriver, ratchet, and wrench in his toolbox. "Someone tried to give me a game ball," he said. "I don't think you give anybody a game ball. It has to be a team ball." This was a game that looked nothing like a nail-biter in the early going. In front of 77,430 at Mercedes Stadium, Alabama missed on a field goal attempt in the first quarter, giving Georgia a chance to find its rhythm. 90 minutes before kickoff at the College Football Playoff National Championship, the scene outside Mercedes Stadium verged on chaos. While some fans got inside hours ahead of time, tens of thousands were left standing in the cold rain because multiple entry gates had been closed down. 90 minutes before kickoff at the College Football Playoff National Championship, the scene outside Mercedes Stadium verged on chaos. While some fans got inside hours ahead of time, tens of thousands were left standing in the cold rain because multiple entry gates had been closed down. The Bulldogs had a freshman quarterback of their own in Jake Fromm, but he had started for most of the season and quickly showed he had the poise to deal with championship pressure. Whether it was floating a pass just over an outstretched linebacker or completing pinpoint throws along the sideline, Fromm looked like a veteran as he engineered 3 scoring drives, staking his team to that 13-0 halftime lead. "We had times when we were executing well," running back Sony Michel said. "We had times when we weren't." Coming into Monday night, this matchup figured to balance on Georgia's ground game with Michel and Nick Chubb against Alabama's top-ranked defense. The Crimson Tide pretty much won that battle, limiting big plays and holding the Bulldogs to 133 yards on the ground, well below their average of 267.4 for the season. They also came up with 2 key interceptions. That all made a difference, if only because Georgia wasn't able to put the game away in a second half that turned wild in comparison to the first 30 minutes. Saban pulled sophomore quarterback Jalen Hurts, who had started almost every game over the last 2 seasons, because Hurts wasn't able to run against Georgia. Tagovailoa, a better passer, came on and soon drove Alabama to a third-quarter touchdown that closed the gap to 13-7. Fromm answered with an 80-yard touchdown strike to Mecole Hardman. He would complete 16 of 32 passes on the night, but that would be the last burst for the Bulldogs.